All right. Shall we go? Huh? Let's go. Hi there. Okay, so back once again, wandering in the woods. Thinking about what I wanted to say on the way over here, half a kilometer or something, well, close to a kilometer that we had to walk to actually get to the tree line. Thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and then I remembered this conversation I had with somebody day before yesterday. So let's start off this way. When I consider the fact that I am a self-aware collection of recycled stardust, I am blown away by that. It's like the most incredible miracle I could conceive of. It's like, holy cow, right? Amazing. It's like truly amazing, right? Anyway, so I had this conversation. Somebody said to me, you need to do this thing. And I said, no, I don't do that. And their response was, well, just who do you think you are? So I replied, well, one of the things I think I am is a self-aware collection of recycled stardust. That wasn't the response that we're expecting. Not at all. So I said, what are you talking about? And I said, okay, that doesn't work for you? No, that doesn't work for me. Okay, how about this? I am an individual, crystallized piece of universal consciousness. Person just looked at me, shook their head, turned around and walked away. So that was the end of the discussion. I'm not allowed to think of myself that way, apparently. Or at least it's outside of their purview. So the question asked, who do you think you are, is usually kind of like, do you really think that you have the right to do something like that or say something like that? Or here we are back at the Raspberries again. Okay, raspberries. Fresh, beautiful raspberries. Yum, yum. Absolutely. Who can resist, right? Yum. I'm surprised the birds haven't got them all already. Where are the birds? What are you doing? How come you're not eating all the raspberries? Thank you for saving some for me. But maybe they haven't got the memo yet. Yum. Anyway, getting distracted by raspberries. Let's do this. So, if I were to ask you, who do you think you are? How would you respond? And who do you think you are? Is your perspective of self limited to this body, as miraculous as it is, with trillions and trillions of cells and all of that kind of stuff that I talked about in a different video? Is that your perspective of self? Is that who you are? Is this biological entity walking around on planet Earth? Or are you your mind, right? That can conceive of being alive, is aware of being alive. Is that who you are? Or are you, for the religious amongst you, or the spiritual, shall we say, amongst you, are you the soul that apparently inhabits the body, right? What exactly are you? So I like to suggest to people that expanding your perspective, not just about yourself, but about your world, right? Like the world, right? that we're walking around in, that we exist in, and expanding your perspective about why you are here to walk around in this world, to enjoy it, to prosper from it, perhaps, to contribute to it, hopefully, to be reverent of the sacredness of it all. I mean, because it is all, if anything is sacred, you know, all of creation is sacred. So being reverent is pretty easy to come to a place where you understand that being reverent. Look at these corn plants. Holy cow. Wow, taller than I am. That's amazing. Harvesting of the corn coming soon, mark my words. Anyway, I get sidetracked easily, don't I? Raspberries, corn, who knows what else we'll stumble across on our little walk here in the woods. Before I get to making my point, is that your conceptualization of self is actually the self that you get to be or create. And the more you can expand your conceptualization, or the way you go about thinking of yourself, the greater sense of self you get to have. And the greater sense of self you get to have, the greater connectivity you get to have to the world that you're immersed in, right? And the cosmos that you're immersed in, and that you are an integral part of. So I want to encourage you to tell yourself things like, and scientific fact, right? This is not some woo-woo philosophical new age bullshitty kind of stuff. This is like a scientific fact. I am a self-aware collection of recycled stardust. That's like simple fact. But most people don't go around through their daily lives thinking of themselves that way. They generally think of themselves as being what their assumed role in life is, or what the great narrative of their culture has told them that they are. Look at that. See that? Blood. That was just a deer fly that bit me out here. Distracted again. Here I am. Like Jasper, right? He's distracted by the birds, the gophers. He chases them all with no intention of catching them. He's just having fun. But there I am getting distracted. So anyway, if you learn to teach yourself, to conceive of yourself as being this, which you are, integral, important, necessary even, part of a consciously aware and self-evolving universe, then you will tend to think of yourself as being perhaps a little more important than the average. Not important as being self-important, I don't mean that. Important as being sacred, right? As being, oh my God, these deer flies. My God, there's so many of them. Out to get me. Anyway, out to get me. They're coming after me. At least they're more visible than that pesky virus that's hiding in these cornfields, waiting to grab me, take me off into the dark like one of Stephen King's scary characters, Cujo, or not Cujo. Cujo wasn't anything to do with the corn. Children of the Corn, whatever. Anyway, distracted again. So, story being the story we tell ourselves about ourselves and our place in this glorious universe in which we find ourselves is critical, because you either see yourself as being this temporal creature of event and circumstance, or you see yourself as being kind of an integral creator, co-creator even, within this glorious universe that we inhabit. That the more we look at, the more miraculous it becomes, right? That is so amazing, like we can barely conceptualize it, but we do, right? We do. At least our scientists do, and those of us who think about it do as well. We conceptualize how amazing it is, how, God, these plants are, they sprouted up. Look at that, they're taller than me now. And the last time I was out here, walking around a week ago, they were up to my waist. So they've grown 3 feet in the last week. And as you can see, the corn husks and that beautiful, soft, amazing corn silk. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Oh, God. There's the cobs are just starting, but the silk is already there, right? Truly amazing. Even though it's no doubt at all, genetically modified, Monsanto enhanced feed for cattle, right? So it ends up, if you're a meat eater, will end up in your body. Not good. Anyway, enough of that. The point being, coming back to the point, and I do tend to ramble on a bit these days, don't I? But the point being is that I would like to encourage you to think more about the miracle of you, right? What it is. Not just your physicality, which is indeed like a miracle, right? Collection of recycled stardust, grown into cellular structures, DNA molecules, and all of that kind of stuff that just all congregates together to make up your body is just all by itself miraculous. But then there's the fact that you are conscious and self-aware, and you can, if you choose, be intentionally creative and contributory. In other words, and think about this, in other words, if you are intentionally creative and contributory, you actually change the universe by your beingness, right? You modify the universe, okay? When you go out and do something new, let's say like one of the favorite things I like to talk about, Michelangelo goes out, finds a piece of marble that Mother Nature created, and takes a hammer and chisel and turns it into the statue of David. Well, now there's something that exists in the universe that wasn't there before. Something beautiful, in fact, that wasn't there before. So he changed the universe, right? I write a book, I change the universe, right? Whatever. People who are intentionally creative in one way or another go about adding to the totality of, and thereby changing the universe and contributing to the ongoing evolutionary path of a self-actualizing universe. That's who you are. If you choose to accept that notion of yourself, choose to accept even that responsibility of yourself. So the next time somebody says to you, who do you think you are? You might consider saying something like that to them and maybe get them to start thinking about who they conceive of themselves as being, right? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Well, you know, I am this somehow individualized part of a universal consciousness which brings into being in each quantum moment, brings it into being anew, because all of these quantum particles zap in and out of existence at the quantum level. They just disappear and come back. Boom, 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 right? That's the way they move about, right? They disappear, cease to exist, come back into existence. So the universe is actually blinking in and out of existence in each quantum moment. Amazing stuff, truly. And if you say to yourself, or other people especially, that you are this individualized facet of that universal consciousness, which is responsible for making all this happen, right? So that's like mind-blowing for a lot of people. Damn. damn deer flies. And when they bite, it's just not like a mosquito bite, it just pokes a little needle in you, extracts some blood, injects whatever at the same time, and it could be wonderful things. Like that dengue virus that one mosquito once upon a time gave me, that damn near killed me, by the way, at the time, and probably would have died if it hadn't been stumbled upon, delirious and out of my mind, unaware of my circumstances completely. And a lady friend of mine who hadn't seen me in a while stumbled upon me, found me, got me to a doctor's and got me some treatment, but I was out of it completely. Jasper, this way. I was out of it. Anyway, another story. Lots of stories in my life. Anyway, when these deer flies bite, they actually take a chunk of flesh. His blood on the back of my hand, my blood, bleeding from being bit. Look, carnivores, these flies, right? Carnivores. Anyway, conceive of yourself as being, instead of this mere mortal, right, that is undeniably a temporal, physical being within this greater thing called the universe. Instead of thinking of yourself that way, think of yourself as being this amazing, amazing creature. Hi guys. How are you doing?
My friend Mason, he knows how to climb over the fence.
Does he?
I like jumping.
You like to climb over the fence? Yeah, that's cool. There's your parents. Huh?
I can't climb up the fence.
Well, yeah, but you probably shouldn't. All right, I'll see you around. Bye. Okay. Don't want to be seen like I'm lurking over the fence like some old man with young kids, right? Anyway, which, is on the top of many people's minds these days, now that stuff is being revealed as being so prevalent in the upper echelons of the world. I mean, obviously there's the lower scumbag people who prey on kids as well, but there's this organized worldwide criminal conspiracy, if you will, which is big business, really, actually. But let's not talk about that. Anyway, conceive of yourself as being this miraculous creature, right? That is here at the leading edge, like at the front edge. If you think about time, and the universe as being whatever, commonly agreed to as being whatever, 14 billion years old or something like that, although there's some discussion about that as well. But let's say 14 billion years have elapsed since you came to occupy planet Earth, right? Okay. So you're at the leading edge of this evolutionary journey that the universe is on, right? The leading edge. Along the way, first generation stars got created. They died, they spit their molecules out into the universe. Some of those molecules ended up being the physicality that is you currently on planet Earth, right? Okay, so that's why you're recycled stardust, right? Okay, simple thing. But anyway, we are so much more than what we usually give ourselves credit for. And as a consequence of being so much more, that means we're so much more capable than we give ourselves credit for. Capable of what? Capable of intentional creativity, capable of contributing, capable of recognizing that we are an integral part of this self-evolving universe and are not just a part of it, but are in the way that we go about being, contributing to its own journey, making things manifest in our world actually changes the direction that the universe is evolving. And I want you to think seriously about that, because that's a fundamental truth. When you bring something forth from pure imagination out into the world, you change, alter the path that the universe is taking. That's how critically important you are. And if I could just instill that sense of not that ego self-importance, but real importance to the existence of the universe, then I will have done my job. Anyway, from this little package of self-aware recycled stardust to you, I extend my heartfelt love, compassion, and I wish you a joyous, blessed, creative, and contributory day. Thanks for putting up with the ramblings of this old man.